I've read 35 books this year, but let's talk about the 5 that really changed my life and why you should read them too. Welcome back to 5 Minutes 5 Ideas. I'm your host Samanvay. The first on the list is Invisible Women. The book aims to surface the gender data gap that has resulted in a biased world, a world unsafe for women. It permeates government policy, medical research, technology, workplaces, urban planning, and the media. In all facets, data related to women has not been collected or has been omitted or simply ignored. Through the book, I learned that men are 47% more likely to survive a car crash than women. The use of crash test dummies was initially introduced in the 1950s, and the average height and the weight of those dummies was 1.77 meters and 76 kilograms, a lot taller and heavier than the average women. Turns out the US only started using female test dummies in 2011. You should really read this book if you want to understand how men have succeeded in systematically ignoring half of the population and their needs. The book will show you the detrimental impact it has had on our economy and our well-being, and why the world cannot keep following this trajectory. The next book on the list is Poor Economics. Now, this is one of the more enlightening books I've read this year. The book presents an in-depth analysis on the conditions of the poor, why they are how they are, and why many initiatives for alleviating poverty fail. It also shines light into the psychology of the poor and how much it differs from the middle class. From the book, I learned that the relationship between poverty and hunger is not as clear-cut as we are led to believe. It is commonly believed that the poor suffer from hunger due to the lack of funds to buy more calories. But it turns out that the assumption that the poor eat as much as they can is false. Amongst the poor, the typical expenditure on food is about 36% to 79% of their monthly budget. And when the poor get more funds, they spend it on buying better tasting calories rather than more calories. You should really read the book to understand the complexities of alleviating poverty and why it's not as simple as throwing more money at it. The third book on the list is Winner Takes All. The book is an investigation into how the elite supposedly changed the world in a way that preserves their social and economical standing whilst obscuring the role that they play in creating the problems that they aim to solve. From the book, I learned that the solution to a lot of our social and economical problems is not some billionaire throwing more money at it. It's really to strengthen the existing democratic and egalitarian processes that are already trying to solve the issues. I've also learned the dangers of handing over power or letting the wealthy influence such systems. You should really read the book to understand why the elite are not really the saviors of all problems, that in fact they are often the root causes of the problems in the first case, even though it might not seem like that because it's not in their best interest to expose themselves. The fourth book on the list is Flow. This is a book that's really helped me get through this pandemic and really shown me what is the essence of the things we really enjoy. So the book will teach you how to cultivate flow in a way that can increase your enjoyment of your work, hobbies, and relationships. From the book, I learned that to truly enjoy an activity, it needs to have a clear goal and a feedback systems. This allows you to constantly improve in your activity, thereby improving your performance and increasing your enjoyment of the activity. I definitely recommend this book to really figure out how to improve your enjoyment of life through the engagement in autotelic experiences rather than materialistic pursuits, as the latter is the common practice that is pushed on us by the capitalistic and consumeristic world we live in. And if you want to learn more about flow, I recently made a video on it, which I'll link here. The final book on the list is The Art of Happiness. The Art of Happiness is a dialogue between a Western psychologist and the Dalai Lama, where they compare a lot of the Western and the Eastern views on things such as loneliness, compassion, human connections, and mental well-being. From the book, I learned the importance of being less apprehensive and approaching others first without the fear of being judged. Often we hope that our friends ask us how we are doing, but if they don't, then we artificially create a barrier between us and them, which will promote a feeling of loneliness. It's always better to initiate the positive interactions first. You really should read this book if you want to learn how to be more comfortable with yourself and how to avoid actively sabotaging your own happiness. These are my 5 favorite books of this year. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you next year.